you, Alkesha, and thank you, the whole team of Kash Foundation, for giving me an opportunity to present myself into all this your venture. And I wish you all the best for all coming years to come. This is going to be my lecture on how yoga and acupressure are related. Are they different or are they same? So let me start my presentation here. Okay, here it is. सो योगा और एक्यूप्रेशर हम लोग जब भी बोलते हैं आई बी स्पीकिंग इन हिंदी बिकॉज माय होल प्रेजेंटेशन इज इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी ड्यूअल लैंग्वेज. सो हम लोग जब भी बोलते हैं कि योगा एंड एक्यूप्रेशर तो ये दोनों भी चीजें हैं. ऑल बोथ दिस थेरेपीज द पीपल आर अट्रैक्टेड. एंड व्हाई दे आर अट्रैक्टेड? तो इनके पास लोग यही जो थेरेपीज के पास जाते हैं उसका समझने के लिए हमें देखना चाहिए कि ये दोनों में क्या है. एंड आई से कि योगा एंड एक्यूप्रेशर आर द टू साइड्स ऑफ द सेम कॉइन. और ये जो हमारे जो कॉइन है तो विच कॉइन इज दिस? एंड दिस कॉइन इज द ह्यूमन बॉडी. हमारा जो मानवीय शरीर है उसके ही एक उसका पहलू जो है वो एक योगा से है और एक एक्यूप्रेशर एक्यूपंक्चर से है. और जब भी मैं ये एक्यूप्रेशर बोल रहा हूँ तो उसका मतलब एक्यूपंक्चर है. इट्स अ चाइनीज 3500 ईयर ओल्ड साइंस. तो जब भी हम लोग बोलते हैं कि व्हेन आई एम स्पीकिंग अबाउट टू साइड्स ऑफ द सेम कॉइन, यू मस्ट बी एबल टू सी द सिमिलैरिटीज into it, and you should be able to see the differences. What are the differences into it and how to use them properly at proper places. So let us go ahead. When we talk about yoga, we talk generally the people talk about yoga and that all the courses and wherever it is taught, it is the Ashtanga yoga or the Patanjali yoga. Patanjali Maharishi had formulated the Ashtanga yoga, the 8 steps yoga, and those 8 steps we must know to start with. Yoga, the definition of yoga in Patanjali Yoga is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Means yoga चित्त वृत्ति का निरोध करने वाला है. हमारी जो चित्त वृत्ति है, हमारी जो माइंड है, द माइंड विच ऑलवेज flatters outside, the mind which always goes outside and wanders outside, that has to be brought in. The whole purpose of Ashtanga Yoga is to go inside, from outside to inside. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. And the second reference comes about yoga in the Bhagavad Gita, and that is yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yoga means the best in your doing work. If you are doing something, if that is the best, that is also yoga. और योगा भगवत गीता में जो भी योगा के बारे में बताया है और उसमें कर्म योग है, भक्ति योग है और बहुत सारे योग है, सांख्य योग है. So everything is yoga. So yoga means what? Yoga means, according to me and according to the many authors, yoga is connection. It is connection between the two. And when we are fully involved into any of the activities, then it becomes a yoga. So let us see what this Ashtanga Yoga is. Ashtanga Yoga has 8 steps, and I treat these 8 steps like 8 steps going towards Samadhi. हमारे डेली रूटीन से हमें आगे तक पहुंचना है, उसके ये 8 स्टेप्स है. यम नियम, then third it comes asana. Third step it comes asana and pranayam. These are the 4 steps, the first 4 steps, and all these 4 steps are related to the external things, the body and the external. And the next 4 steps are pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, or samadhi. Pratyahar, dhyan, dharana, and samadhi are the next 4 steps. But in real practice, there are places in Thane and in Mumbai and all over Maharashtra, all over India. There are places where the yoga classes are conducted. A lot of people go for yoga training, and when we go there, the thing is, we nobody going there actually goes for this pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. People don't go for this. People go for this because this pratyahar, dhyan, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi, they are going inside the body. We are more worried about our body, about ourselves. So it remains is Yama Niyam, Asana and Pranayama. This Yama Niyam is behavior, how we are reacting to the people, how we are behaving in the society, what are our the intentions. And so the people who go for this yoga training, they don't want to get trained for behavior. They want only asana and pranayama. So what is this asana and pranayama? Asana and pranayama, they are related to the body. कोई भी आदमी मुझे ऐसे नहीं मिला कि जिसने बोला मुझे समाधि अवस्था आने के लिए मैं योगा क्लास के लिए जाता हूँ. All people go to yoga classes, all go people do yogasana, or at least initially they start this yogasana for the betterment of the health. So asana becomes very important. But this asana is what? Asana, about asana, it is written in the Patanjali Yoga, Sthira Sukha Asana. The Patanjali Yoga doesn't explicit or doesn't tell anything about different types and different asanas. It just says Sthira Sukha Asana. So what asana we are doing or we are practicing in yoga classes where we are practicing our daily life, they are actually Hatha Yoga. They are not really a part of Ashtanga Yoga, but they are supportive to Ashtanga Yoga, because unless you have a physical health, you have a physical body, being body, unless you have that, you can't go inside. If you have a pain in your back, if you have a pain in your leg, if you have pain in your neck, or if you have acidity, you can't go inside. You all will be concentrated around your the problem. So this Hatha Yoga, this asanas and Hatha Yogas, they give the help to the people to eradicate their physical problems. So what these asanas are? बहुत तरीके के बहुत सारे टाइप के आसनास है, from very simple to very complicated. But if I look at all of them together, and if I look at them as overall, I find that they are the body movements and they are the body postures. In asanas, what it is done is that you move your body and take certain body posture, hold it there for some time so that the body attains the stability, the body becomes flexible. But that flexibility, and it is not the everything. The whole purpose of this asanas, the whole reason or whole purpose of this asanas is free movement of the life energy in the body. Prana Shakti hai, which we call it as Prana Shakti. This Prana Shakti is made to flow freely in the body. And that is the whole purpose, or that is the reason why people go for Yogasana classes and they get lot of relief from their physical problems, because the life energy, the driving force which is there inside the body, that starts moving, that starts taking care of each and every corner, each and every part of the body, the organ of the body, and every cell of the body. So the asanas are Prana Shakti movers. They are moving the Prana Shakti. Now, yoga says that this asana, this Prana Shakti moves through our body in 72,000 nadis. The body gets the supply of this Prana Shakti through 72,000 nadis. Huh? And what these nadis are? The nadis are invisible parts of the Prana Shakti. Invisible parts of Prana Shakti, which our Rishi Muni had invented with their intuitions, that how the prana moves and it's inside the body. Now here we come to the similarity of acupressure, acupuncture, and yogasanas. Now the nadis are the basics through which the prana moves into the body. The Chinese acupressure, the Chinese acupuncture also says the same thing, but it says that there are 14 meridians in the body. And these 14 meridians are very much comparable with the nadis, because both do the same thing. This Chinese acupuncture meridians, I'll explain about the prana shakti and meridians and nadis. I always look at these meridians or these nadis as the path of the meridian, path of the life force moving. ये जैसे है ना कि रास्ते से हम लोग जा रहे हैं और रास्ते में से जाते जाते कहीं ट्रैफिक जाम होता है, कई गाड़ियां अटक जाती है, देयर गेट्स अ congestion on the road, and that congestion on the road is very similar to the congestion which is happening into our body, and that gives us a disorder. So these 72,000 nadis, how you understand these 72,000 nadis and 14 nadis at the same level? I look at them as a Google map and printed map. A few years ago, when I used to go, before this Android phones had come, when I used to go out for the outing, I take out my car, and I always used to have a printed map book with me. So जहाँ पे भी जा रहे हैं, on whichever road we are going, I just kept on looking at the map and looking at the places which I am visiting, and I will always see that I am on the right track. So the nadis are like Google Map. The only difference here, the big difference here is our Rishi Munis found it as a Google Map, as we see nowadays in the Google Map, that if you pinch it and enlarge it, you can see all the side roads also. You can see many roads around. So inside the map and inside the roads all are visible. So the 14 meridians which acupuncture talks about is the, like you can call them as a highways, and the Google map, these 72 nadis are like the Google maps. So you have an access, our Prana Shakti has an access to go to each and every cell of the body, and that is with these 72,000 nadis. Now again, one more thing, very similarity or very much identical thing that comes here is there are two nadis which we know, Ida and Pingala, Chandra Nadi and Surya Nadi. We all know that Chandra Nadi is a cooling effect and the Surya Nadi has a heating effect. So are there anything similar in acupuncture, because both are on the same level, and we find there are two meridians, Ren and Du. Ren and Du, they are also called as CV and GV. CV means governing vessel, GV means CV means conception vessel, and GV means governing vessel. Now you look at this Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi and GV-CV, you come to know the similarity between acupressure, acupuncture and yoga. Now this Ren meridian, which is a conception vessel meridian, it originates at the perineum, runs over the front mid part of the body and ends in the just below the tongue. So it covers the whole side of the front side, and it covers the from the center of the front midline of it. And the governing vessel or the Du meridian, again it originates almost near the perineum and runs over the backbone, the runs over the vertebral column with the dorsal midline, and then it comes over the head and ends again in the mouth. Ends in the mouth. So this Surya Nadi and Chandra Nadi or Ida and Pingala, they are very identical to the CV and GV or Ren and Du meridians of the acupuncture science. Now this Chandra Nadi is, we know Chandra Nadi is a female like structure or female properties, and Surya Nadi is a male properties. Similarly, this CV, the conception vessel or Ren meridian, has a motherly properties, and the Du or GV, it has the fatherly properties, the protecting properties. But in our system of yoga, it's not only the Chandra Nadi and Surya Nadi, it has one more thing, and that is the most important for attaining Samadhi, and that is Sushumna Nadi. When the Chandra Nadi and Surya Nadi are balanced, when Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi, they are balanced, the life force, the Kundalini Shakti, now you can see that Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi, Kundalini Shakti. The Kundalini Shakti is at the base of the at the seat, and this Kundalini Shakti and the CVGV, they are very similar to each other from the location point of view. So this Chandra Nadi and Surya Nadi, when they are balanced, the pranic Shakti starts moving through Sushumna Nadi. It crosses all the chakras, the 7 chakras, and then gets connected to the universal consciousness. And that is the point of Samadhi. But we have Chandra Nadi, Surya Nadi, we have CV and GV, but acupuncture does not have this Sushumna Nadi. Acupuncture, so the acupuncture is more like working towards the outside, working towards the body. Now both the system, what are both the systems? Both these systems are the, they tend to move the prana shakti. हमारी बॉडी में जो भी प्राण शक्ति है वो प्राण शक्ति हिलाने का, उसको प्रवाहित करने का ये तरीका है. हाउ वी डू दिस विद योगासना बाय टेकिंग डिफरेंट पोस्चर्स, हाउ वी डू विद दिस acupressure acupuncture is, it is not the points that work. Points work, but the points, what the acupuncture points, they give a stimulation to the prana shakti, the stimulation to chi, what Chinese call it as, and then start making the movement in the prana shakti. So I always look at disease is like a traffic jam on the road. Disease is like a traffic jam on the road. If there is a traffic jam on the road, the traffic, the vehicles behind who have got stuck, they keep sounding horns. Same thing happens into our body. The pain in the body is mainly because the prana shakti is crying for help. And what we have to do is we have to take out the congestion. What acupressure do is, by applying pressure, by applying needles at the place where there is a traffic jam, it takes away the congestion. It takes away the congestion. And the same thing is done by Yogasana. When we take different postures, and in Yogasana, I know that all the asanas are not all the asanas are not told for one asana for one disorder. You have to combine all the asanas so that there is a traffic movement of the chi, the pranic energy, throughout the body. And we are doing with this, we are doing acupressure and acupuncture, the movement of this energy. Now, what is the difference between the two? The difference between the two is this yoga is do it yourself. आपको खुद को ही करना पड़ेगा. Do it yourself. जब तक वो आदमी खुद वो योगासना नहीं करेगा, तब तक उसे कुछ भी रिजल्ट नहीं मिल सकेगा. उसे खुद को ही करना पड़ेगा. मैं आपके सामने, किसी जो बीमार आदमी है मेरे पास आया और मैं उसके सामने योगासन के पोस्चर्स करूं, तो उसको थोड़ी कुछ एंटरटेनमेंट हो सकती है, मगर उसको रिलीफ नहीं मिल सकता, उसको फायदा नहीं होगा, क्योंकि मैं योगासन करके मेरी प्राण शक्ति हिल जाएगी, उसकी प्राण शक्ति है वैसी की वैसे ही रहेगी, उसका ट्रैफिक जाम वैसा का ही वैसा रहेगा, वैसा ही रहेगा. बट द acupuncture has this potential. When you learn acupuncture, when you learn the points, when you learn how to move the energy into the body, how to take out the traffic jam, how to take out the congestion, somebody else can do it for you. कोई भी दूसरा आदमी आपको acupuncture की ट्रीटमेंट कर सकता है. And over to that, one can do it for oneself also. मैं मेरे खुद के लिए कर सकता हूँ, मैं लोगों के लिए कर सकता हूँ, और ये लोगों के लिए जो करना है वो योगा में नहीं है. बट योगा में जो करना है, योगा में खुद के लिए करना है, दैट गिव्स अ ट्रिमेंडस सेटिस्फैक्शन टू द पर्सन कि मैं कुछ कर रहा हूँ, मुझ में फर्क हो रहा है, आई एम एक्सपीरियंसिंग दैट. बट हियर in acupressure you are getting it done from somebody else. तो ये दोनों में फर्क है कि ये करना है. तो इसलिए मैं उसको कैसे देखता हूँ, I generally recommend people to use both these therapies as supplementary to each other. जब भी मेरे पास कोई आदमी आता है और पूछता है मैं योगासन करने को जाऊं क्या, मेरे घुटने में दर्द है, कमर में दर्द है, then I say कि how you can go and do it, because you are not able to take the right postures, then how you will be benefited, you will be benefited to a certain extent but not to the full extent. So what I recommend is take the treatment of acupressure acupuncture or do it yourself acupressure acupuncture, get that traffic jam cleared, get yourself well, and then go for this yoga or yogasana. So it is like first get yourself cured, get yourself treated with acupressure, and then do it yogasana for lifetime. Yoga practice is a lifetime practice. Acupuncture, though it can be used for lifetime, but it is for the specific problems. Yoga is not only for the body, the Ashtanga yoga is for whole personality. So you acupressure and acupuncture, it should be followed one after the other, or those therapists who are doing yoga, who are teaching yoga, who are conducting yoga classes, I always they are my students, I always tell them use acupressure acupuncture before yoga classes, make the people free, and then put them into yoga practices. So that's the beauty of both the sciences, putting them together on my side.